Hello, all. My name is Connor. I am submitting my final for week 6 Java coding project going over the Game of War. First, let me run the project just to show that there are currently no errors in the project. Running through it here, you'll see text. We'll go over in the description of classes. You can see the rounds here, which are showing the players flipping cards and determining who wins and the scoring, going all the way down to the end where the game is over, tallying up the players' scores and determining who is a winner, unless in the unlikelihood there is a tie. Starting off here, we are in the card class where we were asked to create the field's value and name, which will iterate through the card's numbers and the suits. We have our constructor, getter, and setters, and then we were asked to create the method describe, which will print out information about the cards. Next, we have the deck class where we were asked to create the field cards, list of cards here, as well as field random, which will help with the initialization of generating the random indices to access elements. Where you will see here in our constructor, where we were asked when a new deck is instantiated, the cards field should be populated with the standard 52 cards. So what we're doing here is initializing the deck with card objects, initializing the random instances. Here are our suits and values of cards. Here's our initial for loop iterating over the suits, nested for loop iterating over the values, and then here's where we combine the two to create a card that is added to the 52 card list. Next, we're asked to make the methods shuffle and draw. Shuffle here, so we can call upon it in our apps class to shuffle the deck. Draw, so we can call upon it in our app class to draw the cards evenly distributed between the two players, 26 to each. Next, we have our player class, where we were asked to create the field's hand, score, and name, where we have done so here, hand, score, and name. Here's our constructor, getters, and setters. We were asked to describe or create methods, describe, flip, draw, and increment score, where our describe method prints out information about the player. So here we will be able to see once the app is running via our app class, what the score is per player each round. The flip method, where the player flips a card from their hand after it's been distributed, determining what they have and who wins the round. Our draw method here takes the deck as an argument and then draws a card, where you can see we have our deck.deck, where it should return the top of the card to the deck, and then we add drawn cards to each hand when it's getting distributed. And then finally, our increment score. So every time a round is completed, this will determine who wins the round, or this won't determine who's the round. It'll print the score and incrementing up from 1. So Bakugo wins the round, he wins 1, and this will go up incrementally until the end unless there is a tie. Then we have our final app class where we were asked to create the class with the main method and instantiate the deck with 2 players calling on the shuffle method. Well, here's our class, here's our main method, here's where we instantiate the deck. The deck is being shuffled, calling on the shuffle method from the deck class. Here's where our 2 players are then created. Here are a list of system printouts saying the deck is shuffled. The game's about to begin. We print out the players' names, we deal out the cards. Here is our traditional for loop iterating 52 times to deal 52 cards between our players. You can see here where players 1 and 2 draws the iterations through the loop. All cards have been dealt. Let the game begin. Here's our traditional for loop iterating 26 times, going through the flips. We're calling on the flip method. So this will be the amount of turns each player takes. And this will show all the cards being flipped. So each player flips a card, describes what the card is, and who wins the round, determining who had the higher value of card when flipped, unless it's a tie, if it's the same. Then when the game is over, we will print out the player's score and determine based on who has the higher value, who the winner is, unless the unlikely chance there is a tie. And that's my project.